DNR Air Quality Bureau's webinar for submitting an ordered demolition notification. The first thing that we're going to need to do is go to the login page, and we're going to enter our email address and our password. So I will go ahead and do that now. This will bring you to our home page in the database for submitting notifications. And for the ordered demolition notification, you're going to want to click on this top link right here, submit a building demolition renovation notification. This will bring you to our form. There are 7 steps for completing the form, and today we will go through that. To start, we need to identify the type of notification. And this is going to be an original. And our postmark date is automatically displayed with today's date. We're going to select the operation type. And again, this is going to be for an ordered demolition. And then for asbestos present, yes or no, since this is an ordered demolition, we're assuming that asbestos is present. We need to identify our start and our end date for this project. And the 10 working day requirement does not apply to an ordered demolition. These can be done sooner. So I'll select my dates. Next, we need to identify the building that's going to be demolished. So we click on Search Buildings. And the building may already be in the system if there has been prior work conducted on the building. And you can search on 3 criteria: the city, county, or the specific address for the building. If you search and the building does not come up, then you would exit out of this screen and come back here and type in the building information. Now for today's purposes, I have a building in here that I can search for and find, so I'll do that here. So I'm searching on an address. I get a match here with this building, and then I'm going to select this building. And you'll notice it pre-fills the information on the form because we already had the building information in there. But again, if you didn't find your building, you would enter that information right on the form. For asbestos location, since this is an ordered demolition, we're going to assume that asbestos is present, so I'll make note of that here. And then I'll click Save and continue to advance to step 2. So on step 2, we need to identify the building owner. So we're searching for the owner. And again, it's a search screen. You can search for the owner or a specific address. And again, if you didn't find it, you would do an add new, and you would be able to enter the information. For this purpose, I have a building 1 owner, just as the company name, just for demonstration purposes. And I'll go ahead and select that. And again, you can see that information was filled with the name of this building owner and the address. I also have to identify the contact information. So here I can search for the name of a contact associated with this building. Again, if it doesn't exist, you would go to Add New Contact, and you can enter the contact's information, and I'll just go ahead and do that for demonstration. So we'll identify John Smith as the building contact. And I will save that. Now I have to identify the operating company, and the user that is logged in submitting the notification is normally the operator, like a demolition contractor in this case. And so I'm acting as the demolition contractor, so it pre-fills my information, and I am Jane testing today. Now, if I am also not only the operator, but I'm the demolition contractor, what I can do is copy my information down from the operator information to this information here. If it's going to be somebody different, again, I would search for the organization or the demolition contractor in this case to find them and add them. If they're not present, again, it's an add new company. For today, I will copy down my information since I'm acting as the demolition contractor as well. So then I can save and continue to advance to step 3. And this is to describe the work practices or engineering controls to prevent asbestos emissions. In this case, we're doing, again, an ordered demolition. So this is basically a wet demolition, so we're adequately wetting materials. And we were putting those materials in lined containers in prep for taking to landfill. The form also asks for a description of the planned demolition work, basically what practices you're using in the demolition. And so you can select multiple items here. And then if you had something else to identify, you can click Other. You'll get a description where you can add that here. So complete that and select Save and Continue to advance to step 4. And this is where I need to identify the waste transporter, so the company that will be hauling these materials then to the landfill. Again, a couple of options. You can search for the transporter company, or if it's going to be your own company, you can again copy the operator data to these fields. And I'll go ahead and do that here. So Jane Testing is also going to be the waste transporter in this case. If you had a second waste transporter associated with this project, this is where you would identify that company and their contact. I also need to identify in this step the waste site for this material. So I'm going to go ahead and select the search button for the waste site. Since my building is located in Des Moines, this material is going to be taken to the local landfill, Metro Park East. So for my search, I'm just going to type in Metro and do a search. And you'll notice anything with Metro in it comes back in the search. And for this particular one, I'm going to select Metro Park East Sanitary Landfill. Select that, and then that information is filled on your form. If you had another waste site, you would search or fill in that information here. And then save and continue brings us to step 5. Since this is an ordered demolition, we have to have a letter or determination from a local government agency identifying that the structure is in fact unstructurally sound and in danger of imminent collapse. So we need to identify the officials making this order. And for this purpose, typically it's an engineer either associated with a city or a county, but we need the name of that responsible official, their title, telephone number, and I will just fill in for today's purposes, first, last name, title, telephone number, and then for the authority or the agency, again, since the building I selected is in Des Moines, I will just list City of Des Moines. So what I'm saying is I have an engineer with the City of Des Moines that has made this declaration for the ordered demolition. Then I have to select the date of that order, and it has to be prior to today's date. If I were to select a future date, I would get a warning that that order can't be made prior to the day you're submitting the notification. So I pick a day in the past. Now, we also require for this a copy of the order. So this is where we will add the copy. And so I'll select Choose File, and you're going to attach it to the notification. So you'll browse and find the actual order. And here I have a PDF which contains the letter for the order demolition. So I will select and attach that. Next, I have to agree that if I have an unexpected asbestos fiber release, that I will contact the Iowa DNR. So I'll select I agree. And then with all of our notifications, we also have a miscellaneous file attachment. So if there was something additional that you wanted to provide the DNR along with this notification, you have the option of attaching other documents. In this case, I do not, so I'm going to select Save and Continue. This brings me to step 6, and what this step is a review of everything that I've entered for this notification. So I'm making a review here before I actually submit the notification that everything I've entered is correct. So you can scroll down and see everything that you've entered. And if everything is correct, you can click Save and Continue. If you need to go back and make a change, you can hit this back to step 5, and then you can go even further back beyond there with each step. So everything here is accurate, so I'm going to select Save and Continue. Now, since this is an original notification for a demolition, there is a fee that is required with the notification. And there are 2 options for paying the fee. One is with a credit card, and one is using an e-check process. If paying with a credit card, there is a $5 convenience fee that is charged by the bank to process your credit card payment. And so that is on top of the $100 fee that the DNR requires. However, if you pay with e-check, you are not subject to the $5 convenience fee. For today, I'm going to select Pay with a Credit Card. And this will bring you to our payment screen. So you'll see the total amount, including the convenience fee from the bank, is $105. It brings in our identifying information. And in this bottom box is where I'm going to enter my credit card information. So it's card number. You need to select a month and a year of the expiration date on the card, and then the 3-digit security code on the back of the card. You will select Continue. You'll have an opportunity to review your information. You will confirm that you want to make the payment. And then you'll get this confirmation that payment has been made. In addition, you will also get an email with the confirmation that payment has been made as well. From this screen, select Continue. Now, it should be noted that you've not actually submitted your notification yet. There is an additional step 7 that you have to complete in order to actually submit the notification. And so this is our certification page. And since this is an order demolition, asbestos present, you have to certify that you will have trained individuals on site. So you agree to that. This will be the certifier's title. So this could be like a project manager. And then we're certifying the information you provided is true and accurate. Now you have to actually log back in to complete the submittal. And this is the password that you use for the system. You have to answer one of your security questions to advance. And now you need to electronically sign your notification. So you'll click on Sign Copy of Record, and this is what gets submitted then to the DNR as your notification. Once that submittal takes place, it brings you back to our home screen, and there'll be a note here that your notification, the copy of record, has been successfully submitted. Now, in addition to this, you will also receive an email stating that your notification has been submitted to the DNR. That concludes our session on submitting a ordered demolition notification.